Morning, Fabian. Can I just start by asking, have you got any fresh injury worries after the Liverpool game?
Fresh injury worries? No fresh injury worries.
Good news. Not so good news that Lewis Dunk, your captain and leader, is suspended. How much of a miss is that going to be against a strong physical Sunderland side?
Yeah, big miss definitely, but we all know, and I emphasize it week for week, that we have a strong squad, that we have other players who are able to replace him. So therefore, of course, a big miss, but we also have a big confidence into our players who will replace him.
I won't ask you directly who is going to replace him, but it's widely thought that Olivier Biscagli is a strong contender. How do you think he's going to face Sunderland if you do indeed choose him?
If I choose him, yeah, he's a great player. So obviously he hasn't had so much game time yet, but he's training really well. He's integrating more and more into the group. That is very important for us as a club to really lift this togetherness, and therefore we are quite pleased. And then on top of that, he's really good in possession. He has a great left foot. He can really outplay the opponent with his passes. He's a clever player. He understands the game, and on top of that, he's a good communicator. So overall, if you replace Lewis, it's a good replacement.
You said before the Liverpool game that Danny Welbeck had some small issues which restricted his training before that game. How has his fitness been this week, and is he an option to start?
It's still restricted, but Danny is doing sometimes incredible things. So let's see if he's an option to start. But definitely, the issue is not healed yet, and he's still restricted during the training week.
If Danny doesn't play, who would captain the team?
That's a really good question. I didn't thought about that yet, but we have a strong leadership group. In this leadership group is Chopin van Hecke, Jorginho Ruta is as well, Jason Steele is Adam Webster, James Milner. So therefore, hopefully there might be other options who are on the pitch who can replace Lewis and Danny.
You suggested last week that the injury to Stefanos Simas could mean the club might looking at the forward line in January, possibly strengthening in that department. Are you any clearer in your own mind about that? And have you had any further talks with sporting director and Tony Bloom about this?
Yeah, like I said, we have ongoing talks. We always have a good exchange, and we talked about this position. So let's see how we will plan in the winter period, if we want to replace it and how we want to replace it.
Tommy Watson was signed from Sunderland. He scored the goal that secured their place in the Premier League in the playoff final. How do you assess his adaptation and his progress since he's been here? And also, do you get a real sense that he's desperate to play on Saturday?
Yeah, so we could all feel that he's desperate to play. I think he trained well this week, so he's definitely an option for tomorrow. I think his start was not easy, so we see it regarding his game time. It was not easy to get into rhythm for him, because he had always like small issues regarding his body, but hopefully now he's getting stronger physical. His body handles the adaptation better, and then we see his potential. We see his potential every week in training. We see his potential also in some game minutes he had for us so far. But the main thing for us is really, is his body able to adapt? How fast his body is able to adapt, to get into his rhythm, and then I'm sure that he can help us.
Just to go back to what you said about Danny Welbeck, what actually is his issue?
He has some minor issues with his back.
Thank you.
Hi Fabian. Just in terms of Solly March, any closer to maybe being involved this weekend?
Not for this weekend, but definitely closer. So he's progressing well.
See him before the new year?
That's shouldn't be a race to say it has to be before the new year. We all pleased and we will be all happy if it happens. But I think it's very important to be patient, to don't force it, and then let's see when it happens.
In terms of suspensions and AFCON, has it given you a bit of a headache selection-wise this week?
Not a headache. Like I said, we still have a strong squad. We still have a lot of possibilities, and I always emphasize that every player is important. Every player will be important in our squad, and I think that's no perfect opportunity for us to prove it. It's a perfect opportunity for us as a club, as a team, to show our togetherness, to show how we can replace the individual players, and therefore we are really looking forward to manage it well and to see it as an opportunity and to use this.
Brighton have had 69 shots in their last 4 matches. Like you said about Danny potentially being a doubt for this weekend, what's being done in training to kind of work on that, maybe get those shots on target and obviously get some more goals?
Working, training, improving with individual training sessions. Keep working on creating chances. I think that's the main thing, because in the end, of course, Danny has an unbelievable quality in front of the goal, but we have a big trust and belief in other players as well, that they can score goals because they already proved it in their career so far. So we have Babes who can score goals, Jorginho Rutter, Brian Kruder, Mitoma Minte, Tommy. They all are capable of scoring. On top of that, we have good centre backs who are strong at set pieces. So therefore, I don't have a big concern. My concerns would be bigger if we weren't able to outplay the opponents, if we aren't able to create chances, but that's not the fact.
If he plays tomorrow, Joel Veltman will make his 150 appearance in the Premier League. How important is he to you when he's playing, but also when he's not playing?
Yeah, I always categorize the team into leaders, into the players who have the creativity, and to team players. And I think Joel is the category team players, and they are so important because they are there for the team. They don't put their ego like over the team, and that's something what is so crucial. And therefore, I'm really happy to have him in my team. I'm really happy to have him as a person in the building here. And on top of that, he proved it now several times that he's a great football player as well. So yeah, we are overall very happy that he's here.
In terms of Sunderland, they invested very well in the summer. They're also doing very well in the Premier League this season. What have you made of how their new signings have adapted and what they're doing so far?
Yeah, big signings. Definitely, they made the squad very strong. They have a lot of maturity on the pitch. They understand how to win Premier League games. They have a strong togetherness. They fight together. They sprint together. They look very compact. High pressure, very man-rotated. Low pressure, very compact. Difficult to score goals against them. And then on top of that, they are good in set pieces, long throw-ins, free kicks from area, and good in transition. So yeah, big challenge for us.
And just finally, the home form has been an excellent positive this year. It's the final home game of the year. What have you got to say to the supporters that will be there tomorrow?
Like always, we're very pleased how they supported us during the whole year. Not only away, also in our home games. And the most important thing, we hope that we can make them a nice Christmas present tomorrow.
Fabian, you're losing 2 central midfielders in Diego Gomez and Carlos Baliba. How's Yasin Ayari done this week? How's he pushed on after his return?
Well, he's an option. He's an option tomorrow, yeah.
And Karu, I just wonder, people know about his individual skill, but what does he add to the whole group, as in the totality of the team? Because when it did seem to change the balance of the side when he came on as well, it released, Ferdy a little bit more as well. Is it not just about his individual skill, what he contributes?
I think by his individual skill, he contributes so much to the team, because every opponent knows if they try to defend them 1-against-1, they will have problems. So they always have to double up if they want to defend them, and this gives like a free player for us in another part of the pitch, and then it's about how do we find the free player. So I think that's a big contribution from Karu. On top of that, we we need his goals, we need his assist. I think every team relies to the top players, and he's one of our top players. So therefore, his contribution is massive for us.
You mentioned that Tommy Watson's been training well and will probably want to play against his former club. What about Simon Adingra? I imagine it'd be the same for him now. He's not going to the AFCON. He's had limited opportunities, hasn't he, at Sunderland?
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, because he's a great lad and a great football player. We really enjoyed here working with him. But maybe he gets the chance tomorrow. Hopefully, he's not able to score. But overall, like I said, I wish him only the best, because he definitely deserves it.
Sunderland are losing a lot of players to the African Cup of Nations, but one person will be staying is Granit Xhaka. How influential do you think he's been, particularly for a promoted side in the Premier League?
Yeah, I follow him already for a long time, because he played for a German club. He won a lot of titles for Leverkusen, and therefore you could already see his impact there. And I think it's just a progression what he was doing in Germany for Leverkusen. So it's impressive. He's a big leader for them. He's a big communicator. He understands the game quite well. So yeah, he's definitely one of the key players.